There's 3 marks of when you care radically. The first thing is it just requires sacrifice. You see, these friends, they gave up everything on that day. They gave up their time. They gave up their energy. They probably gave up their reputation. And then later, if we look at Jesus, he gave up, like I said, he gave up his moment. He was in the middle of something, but he stopped what he was doing to tend for the person that needed the care right then. My question for you with that first one is, what are you willing to give up to care for someone well? Next point is this: radical caring is risky. Sometimes you're going to have to step out. You're going to step out of your comfort zone because you don't know the answer. They didn't know that Jesus was going to be okay. They didn't know that Jesus was going to say your sins are forgiven, get up and walk. They didn't know where this was going to end up. They risked themselves for the friend's life. And of course, Jesus, he took it out because he took the risk because he could have been misunderstood by the religious elite because he said, your sins are forgiven. He didn't talk about the crowd's opinion. He cared more about the man's soul than anything else. So the question for this one is, who in your life needs you to take a risk on them? And the third thing is that radical care comes from a heart full of love. These friends, they just love this guy. Like I said, they were the ride or dies. They didn't stop when it got hard. And then we see the love of Jesus in this story. He didn't stop just at forgiveness. Give him the ability to walk out. True love goes beyond on the surface. It's practical and it's persistent. Sometimes love might be food. Sometimes people may need forgiveness that maybe you've been holding on because you're not sure what to do with that. But sometimes it's you just forgiving someone. Sometimes it's giving a listening ear. And sometimes listening, it just takes time. And yes, they could say the story way shorter. But you're listening. So keep listening. Or maybe it's just showing up again and again and even again. Like, I'm okay with 2, but you do 3. Like, where's your limit? Maybe there's with that love, there's no limit there. So the question for you is, what does radical love look like this week for you? Where can you start to implement that? Now, granted, this is the easiest time in our calendar year to show someone love because it's actually expected. So as much as this fits right now, I want you to put something on your calendar for January because that's when people are like, I hate Michigan. Why am I in Michigan? I got seasonal whatever going on. I can't stand people. I can't stand the weather. It's cold outside. I'm dark to dark. You know what I'm talking about. That's when people need that care, though. So yes, it's great now. Do it now. But also put something in your calendar so you don't forget, because this is easy to leak away a few weeks out when in January we start talking about why those core values mean so much to us.